So Anam just reviewed my sales call that I had yesterday on my Discovery Colorado, and he was really happy actually with it. He said it went pretty much perfect, which I wasn't sure if it did or not. I was like, okay, it went all right. I didn't know, like I don't, it's hard for me to judge yet. This was literally my second Discovery call, so you know, like I'm still pretty new to this, but he said it went perfect, which I didn't expect. I mean, uh, yeah, but I'm like in my perfectionism mind, it's always yeah, it's like, oh well, did this, like, should I have said this, should I have said that, and stuff. I'm just overthinking everything always. So yeah, but it's also hard for me to judge if it went well or not. But Anam said it went perfect, so I'm happy to hear that, man. Because yeah, after I got off that call yesterday, I didn't know how to feel. I was just happy it was finally over, because yesterday was a stressful day for me, and I was just happy that was finally done and I could finally relax. But I didn't know how it went. I was like, okay, well, I mean, the guy's gonna get pitched two more times. I think I did okay, but I didn't know how good I did. I just asked a bunch of questions, explained a little bit of stuff, handled like objections, I guess. Like he asked me a couple of questions, and I just tried to answer everything until he had no more questions, and then we got off call, and it was like, okay, well, maybe see you on Sunday or maybe not, or rather, I told him I'm gonna follow up on Sunday after he had his calls today and tomorrow, and then we'll see if he still wants to move forward or if he wants to uh go with someone else, So we'll see how that goes. But what makes me feel really good is actually that Anam also said, like, anything that happens beyond here is pretty much out of your control, like pretty much I did everything right apparently, which is cool. Yeah, now I just, now I can just wait and see what happens. There's nothing else I can do, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. I did some lead sourcing today as well. That took 2 hours again. How the hell does it take 2 hours every time? I have no idea how it takes 2 hours every time. But I also use this now. Like, I use today I used the lead sourcing also to learn to just practice funnel hacking a little bit more. Basically, instead of just sourcing the leads and copy pasting their links and their contact information and stuff like that, I actually went for every person's funnel really briefly. That's why it took 2 hours as well. But that was a good exercise. I just went for everything that they were doing really quickly and just pieced together how the funnel worked. So it's really good practice, actually. Really good practice. I also tried to understand if they were making top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel content, stuff like that. I didn't look at that too closely, but I will start doing that actually. I want to make lead sourcing a very educational exercise. Yeah, but well, yeah, I'm feeling better now. What can I say? I'm feeling a lot better now. Tomorrow is Saturday, then we have Sunday, so I'm not gonna do outreach, but I will do more lead sourcing. I'll keep doing that and I will write more copy. Right now, what I will do for the rest of the day is watch this Beehive newsletter setup tutorial. I want to have that dialed in, understand how to do it properly, you know, and yeah, then I'll get into other things. I mean, copy. But the thing is, I've written copy for like 1.5 to 2 hours today, so I did my copywriting today, but I'm gonna do more tomorrow. But yeah, it's gonna be Beehive for the rest of the day, and tomorrow it's gonna be, well, more of the same. Lead sourcing, no outreach, but oh man. So lead sourcing. Why is this popping? What is this? What is this pop up? Whatever. My calendar. Okay. Yeah, but lead sourcing is my time on here for 19? No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm just gonna be more of the same tomorrow. Write copy, learn more Beehive, write more copy, read more copy. That's kind of what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I will just keep going from there. So, pretty cool. Yeah, there's not really much more to say. But yeah, I just feel better now, you know. And I'm happy that I made a lot of progress because that's one of the things, as I said, like I've started copywriting like 1.5 years ago at this point, and I haven't signed any clients yet. And yeah, I mean the reason for that is because I got sidetracked so much. But at some point you're like, I feel I'm just not learning anything. Like I feel like I'm just not progressing, even though I am, simply because I haven't signed a client, which is like the goal, the first big goal is to sign a client, you know. And it's just like in my mind, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just not improving enough, even though I am. Because I learned a lot on those mock-up calls yesterday where I got roasted. I got roasted like crazy. But I learned a lot through that, and I could really see the improvement now. With Anam, look, reviewing it and saying it went really well. Also, the first discovery call that I did went pretty well, considering I'd never done one. But, it went on for an hour, which is okay, I guess. But I'd have said they should go on for like 10 to 15 minutes. And I mean, yesterday's went on for like half an hour, but it was like that's still half the time of what my first one took, so that's already significantly improved. And I think it needed to take that long. Like I don't think I digressed too much into areas that weren't important or anything like that. I think pretty much most of the stuff that I asked him was relevant, was important, and yeah, yeah, I think that's fine. Like, it's not like, oh, you have to do it in 15 minutes and otherwise it's stupid. Like, it's not that rigid, man. I think too rigidly some oftentimes. Well, it just went better than I thought it did. I'm very happy to hear that because sales calls, that's like one of the scarier things that nobody wants to do. Like nobody wants to get on a sales call. Well, nobody wants to get on their first sales call, Like as with anything, if you've done it a few times, especially if you've gotten results and you're already established, then it's gonna be like not stressful at all. It's just gonna be like, hey man, it's just gonna be really chill. But at the start, of course, one of the scarier things that people, you know, everybody knows they gotta do it, but everybody is really nervous about it, understandably so. And I was nervous yesterday on the call. Like my mind just was completely like blank for the most part. I don't know, man. I just, I couldn't even think properly. I couldn't even see properly. Like when I was taking these notes yesterday, I wasn't even reading the questions really that I was asking. I was just putting down anything that he was saying wherever I could find space to put something down. So it was really chaotic in some aspect, but my mind works just well enough to stay cohesive and to make sense of things, but it's really like so cluttered, you know? So yeah. But yeah, it's just given me a lot of confidence to know that one of the more scary parts of doing copywriting, doing this sort of stuff, like actual getting on sales calls, that I'm getting pretty good at it already, even after only 2 attempts. So that's really cool because that's one of the things that you just want to not worry about anymore. Like that's one of the scary things that I don't want to be scared of anymore. And that's one of the most important things to be good at in the first place. Uh, Getting on sales calls, that's a huge thing you have to learn. So like a hugely important thing you have to be good at. And it's not like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a whole art in itself. Like, you can get really, really high level with that stuff, but yeah, apparently you can nail the basics good enough very fast because that's kind of what happened here. So I'm very happy about that, and it's also good to see the progress. Because as I said yesterday, those mock-up calls are rough, man. Like I fucked up so much, and they really like after that I was like, I think I'm a lot better prepared now. Like after they were done, I thought like I'm a lot better prepared now. And another thing about it is I was I was really stressed out during those preparation calls, like during those mock-up calls, and I was still nervous because I was just like it wasn't over after that. Like I still had that call at the end of the day, that actual legit discovery call. So I wasn't really couldn't really chill out too much, but still, um, after that was done, I felt really, really like good about it. Like I got roasted for like 2 hours straight, but at the same time, I still felt good about it because I was like, this is what I should have been doing the entire time. I should have, like, because I always avoided the uncomfortable things, I always avoided doing the things that were like scaring me pretty, like, quite a bit. And that's why I haven't signed a client yet. That's why I've been at it for like 1.5 years and I haven't signed a client. I mean, yeah, well, I'm not gonna count August 2024 till April 2025 because that was literally me just being a video game addict, so there was nothing happening there. But I'm gonna say from April to now, so 10 months, I could have been a lot further by now if I just did what everybody else is doing, which is just actually getting on discovery calls, showing people your work, and actually giving it reviews. And that's what I didn't do because I didn't, I didn't want to get laughed at by people that, oh, your copy sucks and shit, and this sucks and that sucks. I just didn't want to have that, that judgment. But that's what was holding me back, and I was kind of aware of that. But I thought, oh well, I can do it my own way without having to do that. But I just now Adam really set the example of how fast you can make progress, how fast you can achieve something, and Gulfum did the same thing. And that's what I hear everybody who is who's having success very fast, faster than everybody else. All those people just dive into it with like completely unprepared. They just completely just dive into something, no preparation. They just get on sales calls like a week after starting copywriting, you know, and then and then if they get signed they just figure it out on the fly, like that's what everybody does. They just do the really uncomfortable stuff as fast as possible, and they don't think about it. They just do it, or they get used to it really fast, and that's why they progress so fast, because you learn the fastest if you actually do it, and not if you just practice is important, but you learn the most directly working for somebody, like directly on the job. That's where you're gonna learn the most, you know and yeah, and that's what they all did, and that's why they figured it out so fucking fast, and I didn't. And yeah, now working with Anam one on one, like it really became more and more apparent to me, because I just kept, I just thought about what he had done over and over again. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude, I'm tired of wasting time. That was also what it was. Like, I'm tired of fucking around. So I just started, now I'm finally doing what I didn't want to do. Like now I'm recording everything. Now I'm showing Anam my sales calls, my discovery calls. I'm just sending him the stuff that I would usually not show people, that I would be embarrassed to be judged for. Like, oh well, don't look at my sales call. I might have said something stupid. Like, also had that situation yesterday where the guy, didn't show up initially, and I was like, oh, this might be a no-show. He might actually not show up to this call. And the part of me was relieved, because it was like, uh, I was nervous about the call, but I was more nervous about Anam watching the call and then roasting the fuck out of me. That was what was really going on in my head a lot. And I kind of tried to talk my way through it mentally. Like I thought about this all the time, like 2 hours before the call. I thought about it all the time. And I was like, dude, whatever Anam thinks, just you can't think about that. Dude, you can't think about what Anam's gonna think about this. Just, relax. I needed to relax. So I really tried to chill out a little bit, just let go. And it helped a bit. I was still nervous. But yeah, part of me was like, a part of me was really like, I'm not even gonna record this call, so I can say, I can tell Alam I didn't record it. He can't watch it and judge it, like make just roast me again. Another part of me after the call was done, I was like, I could tell Anam that the audio didn't work again with Loom, and it's literally 30 minutes of silence. Then I even had the thought of I could actually download the Loom that has sound, cut the audio out, and then re-upload it, and then be like, yeah, it doesn't have sound, So that was all through my head, just because I didn't want to get roasted again. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Just share it with Anam, let him judge it, because that's how you learn. Like again, I need him to look at this and give me feedback. Like that's what I need. I know what the right thing to do is. The right thing is to just suck it up, have him look at it. And again, it's just one person, judging you. It's all it is. It's not that, like, there's like it's so, this is child's play, man. It should be child's play. Like that's what's an issue with me, man. I gotta have thicker skin. Like this is annoying to me. The fact that, like this is holding me back so much, or this has been holding me back so much, because now I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing stuff that everybody else, not everybody else, but that's what I've been seeing from KJ students. Like they get on the calls, and they just show you their Loom video that I've never done before, and they show it to 20 people, and they have KJ judge it and give them feedback, and it is completely fine. And it just gives them feedback, and all this thing in my head of like people judging you or laughing at you, that doesn't even happen in the first place. And even if it did, if you get good feedback, it's worth it. And and I knew that all this time that I should have been doing it like this, and well, I'm happy I'm finally doing it. I'm very happy, because it has it has to be this way. I have to do this. I've been limiting and boxing myself in so much by not doing this. I've been haltering my progress so much by not doing this. And now I'm finally doing it. So this is such a huge relief for me because it's getting easier as well. That's what I'm saying, man. All these things that are scary at first, they get a lot easier if you just do it a few times. If you do something scary a few times, it's a lot less scary very fast. And that's what's happening here because, I mean, yeah, again, as I said, I was still hesitant. I had all these ideas of not finding an excuse to not have Anam review this loom. uh, but yeah, it went well and I got the feedback. So I'm very happy that I showed it to him. I'm happy that I didn't dip out. I'm happy that the guy showed up yesterday on the call and it wasn't a no-show, because as I said, I was like, I really hope this guy doesn't show up, man. But at the same time, yeah. I mean, a part of me was hoping, the other part of me knew that it would be much more beneficial that if he showed up, of course. I knew that it would be better if he showed up. But the comfortable part of me that wants to avoid uncomfortable things was like, oh, well, I really hope this guy doesn't show up. But he did. Call went well. As I said, I don't know if he will, want to move forward or not. I don't know that. But it was a good exercise regardless. I learned a lot through those mock-up calls. And yeah, now I have two discovery calls under my belt, so I've already. And as I said, if you do something like you don't have to have 500 reps to get good at something, man. You really don't. If you do something thoroughly, just a few times, you will pick it up really fast, man. If you do, like, usually that's it for me. If I do something like 3 to 5 times really deeply, sometimes even just 2 or 3 times, I will be really solid at it. Like that's really all it takes for the most part. And that's why I'm confident that if I just work for one client and pull this off one time, and it's not just like one time. One time means we're gonna be working together for months. So I'm gonna get all the experience for one single client. I'm gonna get all the experience I need. I just need one person to say yes, and that's all I need, really. And then I should be good to have a much easier time from then on out. But yeah, this is just the phase right now that I just gotta get over. And yeah, that's just how it is. But the thing is, I'm getting closer now. I'm getting more comfortable with the discovery calls. I'm writing copy again. I'm learning Beehive, which is another big thing that has been bothering me. Like, I just need to get solid at different pieces of copy and different softwares because I'm gonna offer this stuff to people. And I would have a lot more confidence telling somebody that I can run the newsletter if I've actually learned how to do it. So that's what I want to take away right now. Just I just want to get good at what I'm offering. Is that, it's not very hard to understand. So yeah, I'm just gonna learn Beehive. Then I'm gonna get into ClickFunnels, I guess, again to understand how to set up a landing, like an opt-in page and a thank you page and shit like that. So yeah, so that's just a bunch of stuff, and I gotta get good at copy in general. I think my copy's alright, but I just keep at it. Anyway, that's it from me, man. Bye bye.